This is Intentional Tech, and these are 5 accessories that every iPad Air or Pro owner should try at least once, starting with the biggest reason to get an iPad over a laptop, the Apple Pencil. I say that because if you want to make full use of your iPad's touch controls, then an Apple Pencil really is essential, especially if you want to do a lot of note taking or try your hand at some digital art. When it comes to note taking, you're only limited by your own ambition. The Apple Pencil 2 magnetically clips onto the top of your iPad, meaning that if you want to swipe up from the bottom right hand corner and jot down a quick note, it's the most intuitive thing in the world. But the ability to doodle, highlight, and even convert handwriting into text means that you can go much further. With an app like Notability or GoodNotes, you can record an entire semester's worth of heavily stylized lecture notes that will get you through your studies. And even as someone who isn't a prolific note taker, I've made great use of the ability to screenshot a paper document, digitize it, and then annotate it using the Apple Pencil in those apps. What I really love about the Apple Pencil is that it's encouraged me to get back in touch with my creative side and play my way into the world of digital art. As a kid, I used to sketch all the time, and I kind of regret not bringing that through into adulthood. Apps like Procreate make it incredibly easy and fun to get back into. With the Apple Pencil, an incredibly comfortable, accessible, and forgiving tool. In photo editing, I even find it easier to use Lightroom using a stylus because of how much more precise you can be with those slider controls. And the fact that beginners right up to professionals use the Apple Pencil as their go-to tool says everything that you need to know about just how great this little accessory really is. Maybe you did get an iPad Pro as a laptop replacement, and if so, then you really need to check out the Magic Keyboard. Coming in at over £300 or US dollars, it's not something to rush into, but it is genuinely a brilliant productivity tool for your iPad. With mine enclosed inside the Magic Keyboard, it brings back memories of my first ever MacBook in 2007, those white clamshell ones. While it might not be quite that bulky, the combined weight of the Magic Keyboard and a 12.9-inch iPad Pro is actually heavier than a MacBook Air. So you really get the sense that this is a sturdy and protective case. Of course, you need to open it up to see where the magic really comes into play. It's a compact design with no function keys, but the typing experience is astounding for what is a really shallow keyboard. Typing feels substantial without sounding too loud, which makes it great for working in quiet public spaces. And you get a trackpad with more than enough space for all of those gestures that you like doing. Another brilliant aspect of the Magic Keyboard is that it has its own USB Type-C port, which can actually charge your iPad. That means that you can free up your iPad's own port to connect things like an SD card reader, and it just means that you're not going to get interrupted when you get low on battery. These features all come together to make your iPad an absolute productivity beast. And if you don't believe Apple when they say that your next computer will be an iPad, then the Magic Keyboard might go some way to convince you. None of that means that iPads can't be fun too, but if you've ever tried gaming with the touch controls, then maybe you need some convincing on that as well. Luckily, a wide range of video controllers can be connected to your iPad via Bluetooth and really help to make it into a great little mobile gaming device. There are specialist gamepad manufacturers like 8BitDo who make very dependable options for your iPad without breaking the bank. But if you've got spare PlayStation or Xbox controllers knocking about the house, then they're probably going to be your best options. Either way, the ability of your iPad to recognize that you just connected a controller and go straight into your gaming focus mode or open up your games library is a really neat little UI feature. In terms of actual games, Apple Arcade and the App Store are getting better titles all the time, but you can also link up Xbox or PlayStation to your iPad via their own apps and continue playing your console game on the go. If you're like me and you want to get those gaming sessions in while you can without waking up the baby, then you want to get a really good headphone experience too. After picking up the AirPods 3 about a year after my original AirPods broke, I couldn't believe that I'd gone so long fumbling to connect and disconnect my Sony headphones from different devices. AirPods device switching makes it so seamless to go from your iPad to your iPhone to your Mac that you can almost forget that you're wearing headphones in the first place. Not only do AirPods sound great, but the latest models give you access to some great features like spatial audio. Spatial audio creates a 360-degree surround sound sensation. While I don't personally listen to much music in spatial audio, it is a really unique experience, and the fact that apps like Netflix have added it to their movie library make it a lot more attractive. So if you're looking for an immersive movie experience when you're on the train home from work, AirPods 3 or the Pros are definitely worth checking out. To level up your viewing experience even further though, you're going to want to check out this floating stand by Charging Pro. Its full name is the Magflött magnetic stand, and it rotates 360 degrees as well as being tiltable 180. It's so good that I actually made an entire video about it, so if you want to see exactly why it's so game changing, then link right there. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.